I would normally not ask this, but because I know you're someone who has crazy amount of frameworks, if you had to leave us with one key framework that all of us investors could live our lives by, what would you say to me at like a dinner party or in an elevator when hey, Kiana, like what can I do? And you'd be like, do this, this, and this. What is that?
Love it,
framework?
love it, love it. Let's do it. I call it the Invest Diva Diamond analysis for investing, right? So Invest Diva Diamond analysis is like a diamond. Diamond has 5 points. How many points? 5 points. Point number one, we talk about the framework here. I'm just going to recap it over here. So point number one is called capital analysis. So capital analysis, understanding your risk tolerance, your financial goals, what's happening, cash flow, net worth, all the good stuff. Point number two is intentional. So capital, point number one. Two, intentional. Know what exactly your goal is, what your 1 year goal is, what your 5 year goal is, what your 10 year goal is. So you create those financial goals, intentionally creating the strategy. So capital, intentional. Point number three is fundamental. We talk about this, gaining certainty about the asset you're investing in. You go and do fundamental analysis. What is fundamental analysis? Is understanding what that company or asset is about, where it's going to be in 5 years time, in 10 years time. Fundamental analysis. What I don't do is reading their earnings report. I think that's for day traders. If you're a long-term value investor, all you need to know really is have certainty if this company or asset is going to be around in 5 or 10 years. So we had capital, intentional, fundamental. Point number four is technical. So I do chart pattern price analysis because history repeats itself. And looking at the chart, you can basically just look at the history and make decisions based on what has happened before and what could happen in the future. It's not going to give you exact answers, but it's going to give you an idea of the rhythm of the market. And that's how I set my buy limit orders. That's how I set my sell limit orders if I want to sell. And point number five is sentimental. Markets are all about sentiment. It has nothing to do with math. It has everything to do with the market sentiment. So I go and see what other people are feeling. Are they feeling like they're going to buy or going to sell? Typically, you want to go against what the market is actually feeling and in the short term and go against the crowd. Be the black sheep.
Go against the crowd.
That's what I do. So it's capital, intentional, fundamental, technical, and sentimental.
So figure out what you have, know your goal, have some confidence, buy low and sell high, and do the opposite of what everybody else is doing.
Typically, because the masses, what's happening in the news, and I'm on the news all the time. The only times that I'm getting called to be on the news is either the markets are crashing and they want me to just hype it up a little bit more, or the markets are going really up and again, they want to hype it up. And I tell my students, whatever I say on TV, I mean, I try to educate, but I know why I'm there is to hype up the whatever that's happening. So turn off the news. I mean, be aware of it.
Sure.
But turn it off.
Totally. I don't
make decisions based on it.